Hey you guys, today I filmed my most requested video, which is an eyebrow tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to go from this to this with just a few simple steps. First, I like to take a clean spoolie, which is basically the same shape as a mascara wand, and I am brushing my eyebrow hairs upward so I can see the natural shape of my brows. This is going to make filling in my brows much easier. If you're unsure of where your brow shape should begin, I like to map the shape out starting from my inner corner of my eye, the arch going across the middle of my eye, and the tail of my brow to end out at the outer corner of my eye. To fill in my brows, I am using a brow pomade, but you can use whatever brow product you have, whether it be a pomade, brow pencil, or powder, and you can follow the same technique to get a similar look. As you can see, I am starting out by outlining the bottom of the front of my brow using a light hand and small motions, just following the natural shape of my brows. I try to use smaller motions when doing this versus drawing a harsh line from one end of my brow to the other. I also like to start with a small amount of product at a time to prevent any areas from getting too harsh or dark, since I like my brows more on the light and natural side. After I finish outlining the bottom of my brows, I like to make small hair-like strokes throughout my brows, starting at the beginning, and I try to make the lines go in the same direction that my brow hairs already go naturally. At the front, I like to use a light hand with the product so that it is a tad bit lighter than the rest of the brow. And I use a little more pressure as I get to the tail of my brow to darken the area and create a natural ombre effect so it goes from light to dark. After that, I use a light hand again and I outline the top of my brow shape. Like I did with the bottom, I am using small motions to do this step. Once I get to the arch of my brow, I like to make it a little bit rounded, but you can do whatever shape you like best on yourself. It's all up to preference. As you can see, I am continuously building up color with just a little bit of product at a time. This is key to creating a natural brow. I also like to run the brush across the brow to make sure that I got all of the sparse areas and to blend out the product and all of the lines that we created together. Going back in with the spoolie, I am brushing my brows upwards again to blend the product out even more with my brow hairs. Now I'm going to repeat all of the same steps on my other brow to make them even. As you can tell by this point, the key to this whole entire look is by using small motions and a light hand. To clean up the edges and make them look neat, I'm going to take a dot of concealer on the back of my hand and a flat brush, and I'm going to carve out my brows from the beginning of the brow to the tail. As you can see, I'm just taking the concealer right below the line that we created for the brow just to clean it up a bit. I am also going to take that concealer over the top just to clean that area up as well. This step is really helpful if you overlined your brows too, because you can just cover it right up and make it match the other brow very easily. After I've finished with both sides, I just blend out the excess concealer with my fingers. The last step I like to take is I like to take a brow gel, which is basically mascara for your eyebrows, and I brush through my brow hairs like I did before with the spoolie, just brushing them upwards. This is going to add color and help the brows stay in place throughout the day. This is one step of this brow routine that I absolutely never skip because it's so essential in my opinion. Finally, I like to take a small eyeshadow brush and add just a little bit of a highlighting powder under the arch of my brow just to bring a little light and definition to it. This is totally optional, but it's something that I do every time I do my brows. And that's my current brow routine. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you to everyone who requested this tutorial. Make sure to leave more requests in the comments, and leave a comment and like this video if it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.